Hey everybody, this is Eric with Phone Scoop, and we're taking a look today at the Galaxy Note from Samsung, a massive LTE 4G smartphone for AT&T that runs Android 2.3 Gingerbread. Of course, the standout feature of this device is not so much the software, but the absolutely ginormous screen. It has a 5.3-inch Super AMOLED HD display with 800 by 1280 pixels, and you can kind of get an idea of how big it is here. You can see that there's 5 apps running across here, and if we touch the main app drawer, you can see we have 30 apps visible at a time, and that's just a lot of apps. It's 30 apps you can see all at once. We'll take a quick spin around the hardware, and I just want to show you a few things with respect to usability on this device. 5.3-inch screen, as I said. On the bottom there are 4 capacitive buttons for accessing the standard Android controls. And on the left side you can see we have just the power and screen lock button. On the bottom is where you will find the micro USB port. On the back you can see the 8 megapixel camera and LED flash. On the left edge we have the volume toggle up there on the top. And both these buttons have good travel and feedback. And on the top you can see the 3.5mm headset jack all by itself. Back here, this little thing, that's the stylus, and that is what Samsung's calling the S Pen. And we'll pull that out here. Just comes right out, and you can see it's a little bit tiny on the thin side, and it has a button here that can be pressed for accessing advanced controls. So that is a quick look at the hardware. The system software is pretty much identical to what you've seen on any other Galaxy branded device from Samsung. But what I think is really important to kind of understand with this phone is how the size affects usability. Now you can see me holding it here in my hand, and you'll see that like this I cannot reach items that are on the far side of the device. I can't reach the menu button. There I just hit another button by accident. But you could see, and from here, if I sweep my thumb across here, you can see I can't access that whole upper portion of the screen. And I gotta adjust my grip to get my thumb all the way up here to use the app tray or the notification shade. You could see I'm juggling juggling the phone around in my hand all the time, and that's because it's really difficult to use this device with one hand. I found myself while testing it constantly bringing up my left hand to perform on-screen actions because I simply couldn't do them with one hand. It's frustrating because this enormous screen looks great. It really does. It's a nice, awesome screen, and Samsung did a good job with the hardware. Good voice phone, good data phone, has really fast, zippy data. But the usability factor with one hand is questionable. I also want to show you how it works with the S Pen. So we'll yank that out. And we'll just go to a home screen here. And what you'll see is you can use the pen to access basically anything that the phone does. It can open the app drawer, close the app drawer, pull this down, push that back up. It works across the entire user interface, and that's great. If you press it and hold it, it'll bring up the same things that would happen if you pressed and held it, with just your finger. The one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't work with any of these 4 buttons down here. It doesn't work with these capacitive buttons, and I actually found that to be a problem because you'll be holding the phone in one hand and using the stylus in the other, and let's say you want to go to the home screen, your instinct is to pop it with the thing and with the stylus, and it doesn't work. You gotta move your finger, you gotta use your finger instead. So it just takes some getting used to. The one other thing, though, that it does that's really neat is we can take a screenshot, and it will open the Memo app, and now we can draw on it, we can crop things, we can erase things, You can reposition it all over the place, and just kind of have fun with it. Make notes on it. Let's cancel this, discard it. We'll go back out to the actual S-Memo application. So with the S-Memo application open, you can see it's just a blank canvas, and we can just draw on it, and we can write notes. Hello, and basically, we can move it around. We can add a picture or clip art or take a picture. You can dictate if you want to. You can record text and attach it to the note. You can add multiple pages. You can star the notes. You can get rid of those tools. So that's basically how S-Memo works. And you have like undo and redo. You can save it, and of course you can share it all over the place. Via SMS or email or your social networks, whatever. So that's the basics of the S-Memo application and how it works on the Note. And I like it. It's neat. I can't say that I'm going to ever want to instinctively grab a stylus and use it on this device. But, it's an option, I suppose. As I mentioned, though, the Galaxy Note for AT&T is overall a really great device. I just wish it weren't so big and so difficult to use with one hand. Otherwise, I think Samsung would have a real winner on its hands. But there it is, the Samsung Galaxy Note for AT&T.